Hi, Peter. Thanks for joining us.
Hi,
You're the director of acoustic design at Wharfedale.
that's right. Yeah,
And today you have promised to answer one of our most frequently asked questions.
fair enough.
Should people get the Linton or a EVO?
Both.
Both. Yeah, I think that's a great answer. But if people should choose, what distinguishes these two speakers, except the obvious, of course?
Yeah, the Evo, I think you could say, is in the classic modern design. So it's a slim cabinet, especially for the tower, the 4.4. It's very modern looking, fits well in the colours that we offer into all sorts of modern homes. Um, and with the Evo range, you can make up a very nice 5.1 or 7.1 system. We have dedicated center speakers, which are voiced to match the left and right, and distributed surround speakers so that you can use them in 5.1 or 7.1 format. The Linton is much more of old school Wharfedale classic design. So wide baffle, meant to be used with the grills on, beautifully veneered cabinet, very much a classic Wharfedale, three-way loudspeaker like the EVO, but as you can see from the pictures, base unit is much larger. So what can you expect out of the two different models? Well, the Linton has a lovely warmth to it. It's very detailed, it's very explicit, it plays music in an entrancing way. I mean, it really immerses you in the sound. And that big cabinet and big baffle and big bass unit really help with that. Substantial low frequency output. I just love it for just listening to music. It just makes me want to go on putting track after track after track. However, the Evo, I think you'll find, has a lot of people saying, oh, it's much brighter, it's much more explicit in its rendition of detail. That's very true. Without being at all harsh or nasty, it's still, again, plays music beautifully. It has the same effect of wanting you to put track on track after track after track. But it's a much more modern sound, I should say. Doesn't have the Linton's warmth, and a lot of people like that. They like the slight mid-forwardness of the Evo compared to the warmth of the Linton. So it really depends on, to a certain extent, what music you play. I suppose if you play a lot of rock music, a lot of modern jazz or something like that, then the Evo might just suit you better. But if you're more into the classical music, the older school jazz, folk music and so on, then probably the Linton will be your favorite. But you should really listen to both and see what you think.
So to summarize briefly, I understand that the sound philosophy follows the design roughly. If you're a bit of a more old school listener, you go for the old school looking speaker. If you're more of a modern listener, you go for the bit more modern speaker, the Evo.
Yeah, we had somebody who listened to all our speakers for quite a long time at a hi-fi show, and especially the Lintons. And after about 3 hours of listening, he turned to me and said, I've been searching for 30 years to replace my home loudspeakers. I've never found anything that was better until I heard the Lintons. So, yeah, it gives you an idea.
Yeah, exactly, because I think many people, they might have this idea that retro and old means worse, where in sound design sometimes it can just be more of a tendency in the times.
Yeah, I mean, the new Linton is a huge advance over anything that Wharfedale ever did before. It's in terms of its technology, it's very much a modern loudspeaker. It just has old school looks.
Fantastic. I think that was a very great brief summary of what you can expect from these speakers. Thank you very much for joining us today, Peter.
It's a pleasure, as always. Good to talk to you.
Fantastic. Until next time, take care.
Okay, thank you. Bye.